Hey guys, Tanner here, and welcome back to yet another Ninjago Season 9 speculation video. A few days ago I briefly spoke about the new villains for the next season of Ninjago. They go by the name of the Dragon Keepers, and just by looking at this lovely group of individuals, we can infer a few things about this team. For one, their attire is interesting to say the least. They appear to be taking a large influence from the steampunk style, so that's interesting. In terms of a goal, I guess their main goal in Season 9 would be, as the name suggests, something to do with dragons. In the realm of Oni and dragons, otherwise known as the First Realm, there appears to be a divide between the dragons themselves and this group of villains. It's unclear as to whether or not the Dragon Keepers are Oni, but I would suggest against it. To me, these beings, if you will, really don't seem like Oni. I don't think they really match what the traditional definition of Oni suggests. Even if the Dragon Keepers are not Oni themselves, I imagine they are definitely affiliated with them in some capacity. I mean, they have to be, right? Their main goal is to presumably capture all the dragons for whatever reason, and that's probably because they are under the influence of Oni. I mean, the only other option I can suggest is what if they are some sort of third-party source? Remember, the everlasting war is most likely to remain between the dragons and the Oni, and what if the Dragon Keepers are interfering? In that case, I don't necessarily know if the Oni forces will be too entirely pleased with what they're up to. Who knows? That could always lead to some fun interaction between the two evil forces. I still don't think they're one and the same though, at least for the time being. But why would they set out to capture dragons? Again, maybe they're playing some sort of black market route and capturing dragons for monetary gain. However, I think that just because they're capturing dragons, they're doing it out of loyalty for the Oni, if they are not Oni themselves. The Dragon Keepers are led by an individual known as the Iron Baron, and just by taking one look at this guy, I already like him. Once again, his fashion sense is awesome, and it's also quite unique for a Ninjago villain. He holds a few weapons, and starting with this one in his right hand, this one is known as the Oni Staff from what I can find. If the Iron Baron and the rest of the Dragon Keepers are not Oni, this staff was probably gifted to him by the Oni themselves. As to what it can do, I really don't think anybody knows yet. It could be similar to Chen's staff, maybe it steals elemental powers, or even just the powers possessed by the dragons. We really don't know what the overall goal of the Dragon Keepers is just yet, so honestly these weapons could do a number of things. I'm a little bit more interested in that other weapon if we're being honest here, but it's probably just a taser or something similar. You know, something to keep the dragons down. Their conflict with the dragons is an interesting one, and I'm curious to see how this conflict will evolve once the ninja get caught up in the action. We know that at least 4 of the 6 ninja will be battling these Dragon Keepers and trying to save the dragons of the First Realm. Another aspect to consider is how the Dragon Keepers will interact with these Sons of Garmadon, if at all. There will be multiple storylines introduced in Season 9 that will most likely be following these 2 groups of villains doing battle with 2 teams of ninja, and if anything, I really do hope that they're balanced. I've mentioned this in prior videos, but overstuffing a piece of media is never a wise idea. So much can go wrong before it even gets off the ground, and having 2 stories conflicting with each other doesn't really sound like the best idea to me personally. I truly do hope that these 2 plotlines do connect, and when they do, they will do it in a coherent manner that makes sense to the general audience. The Dragon Keepers seem like interesting villains, and I really do want to see what they have to offer, but not at the cost of losing what made the Sons of Garmadon interesting. So with that being said, that's pretty much all I have to say in this video, so thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up rating, and as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button, guys. It really does mean a lot to me. Remember that the comment section is yours for any discussions you want to have regarding this topic, or if you just had a general comment, that's fine too. Thank you guys so very much for watching once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.